And we are live. It's Friday. Yes, you've made it through the work week. I wouldn't know what it's like because I don't work. Someday that'll change. I got one package. Was it earlier this week from Goon Tape? I gotta make sure I don't say Goon Beam. Uh, Adam over at Goon Tape sent me some swag. Boy, do I have to sharpen this knife? Maybe I should just have my own knife company. If I had my own knife company, what would it be called? If I had, what would you call if you started your own knife company? What would you call it? Anybody? Any guesses? Any guesses? And who has as many tabs open as I do? I think I'd call it Definition Knives. Yeah, Definition Knives. And Ish is coming soon. Does that clicky? Does that? Anyhow, Definition Knives for all your knife needs. That's right. Subscribe or follow or whatever. Definition Knives on the grams of Insta. And you too will be the first to know. Now, actually, I think they're in the country today. Coming to, let's say, does this have my address on it? So, they Goon Tape. It says, thanks, Richard, and some camo Goon Tape, some black Goon Tape, and a large Goon t-shirt. I gotta go through like my Goon Swag and figure out, thank you, all very cool for what I got. Johnny 3 Bar, how's it going, sir? So, Goon Tape sent me some tape. The tape is rather aromatic when new, and my wife asked me to take it out of the kitchen. So, I I gotta look what I got. So yeah, large T-shirt, more Goon Tape swag. I'm gonna be doing bad things to cool guns with Goon Tape. I got to figure out how to orchestrate that so it looks cool, because I don't know shit about cool. Um, what else is going on? So Friday, it's thundering. One of the doggies can't leave my side. Thank you for the thumbs up. Greatly appreciate that. So tracking for Definition Knives indicates that they are our first batch of knives are in, I think, Jamaica, Queens, and they're gonna get shipped to Dark's house. We're it's funny. When we talk about there's a lot of logistics. There's a lot going into it, and yes, we are having our knives manufactured in the great state of China. Uh, we all, everybody, and everybody in the company, that means Dark and myself, we want to do things in the U.S. This helps us get there, and eventually we may be doing things in the U.S. It might be sometime in the future. We don't have a definite date on that, but what we're doing. Oh, should I just pop this out? So the Oh yeah. Oh wait. Hold on. It's cool. So it's not just the logo. The first rule of gun safety is to have fun. And let's see. Very, very cool. So Goon shirt, we're gonna be rocking our Goon gear at Iraq Veteran, which is coming up. An undisclosed date in an undisclosed location. Let's see. I'm riding up with Walter Keller of Safety Harbor Firearms, the home of the SHTF 50 BMG that fits on your AR-15 lower. Uh, Joe, Shooting Gallery official, will be riding up with me. Me and Walt in my mostly self-driving car. Let's see. Dark is going to be meeting us there, and Black Diamond Guns and Gear Josh is going to be part of our house crew. So we rented a house, which splitting it between five peoples makes it very cost efficient. So that's cool. That's cool. Um, what else is going on? Oh, so tomorrow I'm going to Cyber Truck Fest. I don't know how many people that watch me are in Florida. So if you're a Florida man, in Ocala is like Cyber Truck Fest. So I'm going to be media, which means I get in for free. Um, Getting in for free isn't that big of a deal. Driving 3 hours there, hanging out there, driving 3 hours back is the bigger, more expensive deal. So when is Cyber? I think it starts at 3 in Ocala and goes until 9. So I am looking at the Florida Cybertruck Fest 2024 in Ocala on September 21st. So that's going to be at the Hard Rock Off-Road Park. Oh, it's funny. It's Gainesville Road in Ocala. Okay. And so 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., all EV brands welcomed. I will be driving, well, it's not quite EV brand. Kyle Wade, the man. How are you, sir? I will not exactly be driving an EV. I'll be driving a hybrid. But Hank has a Cybertruck in beast mode. So that's like the highest. And I'm gonna dish on Hank a little bit. Hank had the Audi R8 V10 Plus. I don't think he drove it over 50 miles an hour. Um, I don't think Hank. I am on my second Genesis Coupe 6-speed manual with the V6, the 3.8 liter. Great car, really great car. I flogged. I like Tokyo drifted that car like a mofo. Really, really bad. And then one day I finally realized my daughter, I'm trying to think, so that the first one was in 2013. I don't know how old she was in 2013, but I realized in Florida, I think you get your driver's license at like 15. It's ridiculous. And, we would go stupid fast. I would drift the damn thing with my daughter in the car, and she'd be giggling all the way. And then I realized she's going to learn how to drive soon and get a license. I'm setting a bad example. And finally, recently, I asked her about that, and I said, "Hey, do you remember when I used to take you in the Genesis and we'd drift it and blah blah blah?" She's like, and you'd be giggling and she's like, "Yeah," and she says, "I'm like, well, what do you think about that now?" She's like, "I didn't realize how dangerous it was at the time," and I'm like, I wish she just said, Dad, I recognize you got mad skills. You can drift the living F out of this, but no, no. So she did not appreciate my mad drifting skills. So I think this household, they have a lot. All right, let me say what Hank Strange said. So we were talking, we had Babyface P on John Crump Live yesterday, and Hank and I think Patrick were talking, and Hank said to Patrick about the Florida open carry. I'm the like primary litigant or plaintiff, primary plaintiff in the Florida GOA open carry case, and apparently Hank said if if GOA and look, I have if it wasn't for GOA, this wouldn't be going on. Let me put it out there straight. And let me just say that there are a lot of other people like Solo Yacker. He's Florida open carry. He goes fishing and carries. Like this guy's been doing it for frickin' years. He's got a lot invested. So let me just say this. There are a lot of people that have a lot more invested in this cause than I actually do. If it happens, I'm very excited about that. I'll high five Dick Heller and we'll laugh about it. But Hank said to Patrick, if this wins, I'll be unbearable. So Yeah, so One Car Fast is saying the trigger ban in Florida. Hey, Kurt, how's it going, man? Um, so after the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas school shooting, they pushed through, I forget if it was 30, 60, or 90 days. And basically, Bloomberg, or whatever gun control organization, has the bills already written. I think it was like 150 pages long. And they just hand it to a willing participant or useful idiot, however you want to say it. And they got it passed through Florida because Florida House and Senate is rhino country. It's frickin' rhinos, period. They got it express pushed through, signed, which was red flag laws, all sorts of monstrous BS in exactly what the gun grabbers wanted. So Florida, as the gunshine state, really needs to repeal that legislation. It's incredibly bad what they did. And part of that legislation is I would have to look up it's been a while, it's been years since I've actually read it, but it talks about enhanced triggers. And nobody's been convicted of that. So, like, if you pick up a pew and, like, what is a cop going to be standing at every corner asking if you have guns in your car and then checking each trigger in case they've been enhanced? Now, enhanced could mean anything. It could mean I took out a stock trigger, polished it up, put it back in. It could mean I took out a mil spec AR-15 trigger and put a Geisley trigger in, for instance. And that could be considered illegal. So there's there's all sorts of nutty stuff, and it's a real pain in the ass. So Hank Strange works with Franklin Armory, and to avoid getting, possibly being liable for some litigation because of this bad law, what Hank does is he has Franklin Armory send him a complete firearm instead of sending him a trigger. So let's say it's an AR based Franklin Armory binary trigger. He has them send him a gun. He makes a video with it and sends it back to them. So he avoids the installing an enhanced trigger. And again, how do you enforce it? As far as I know, it's never been enforced. It, it what it did do is, as far as what I know of that law that's been getting enforced, I would have to talk to Luis Valdez, which actually he invited me very nicely to a Republican Liberty Caucus dinner, like Cocoa Beach last week. So that was very cool. Anyhow, I don't know how many people have been caught up on this law. It seems like the big thing they've been doing with this law is red flag laws, and there's a couple of things I don't want to talk out of turn, but let me circle this all back. Kyle from Anderson Manufacturing is out there watching. I've got almost everything. One car fast, I'll get to that in a minute. I think I got just about everything ordered for well, actually, there's one or two key elements, but the majority of items for my big bore Anderson AR-10 build have been ordered. I was talking to Crump and Dark. I don't know if I'm gonna. Oh, Crumpy just said, anybody want to go live? So I'll be going live with Crumpy in a few minutes because Friday's where they document dump decisions in the 2A world. So I just got a message on Lay Watch. Oh, actually, I can pull it up here, and maybe not. See if he. Nah, that isn't the story. Wait, anyone want to go live? Opposition research. All right, that's what he said. So yeah, 922R in Crump is calling me. Let me see. Let me let Crump know I'm doing a live stream and soon. So Kurt 24, Anderson Manufacturing, Kiger 9C frame compatible with Gen 3 19 slides. Yes. Oh, and Kyle on the money. Yes, you're beating me too. So 922R is another one that nobody complies with. Basically, if it's in the country, it should be compliant already. There's all sorts of boogeymen out there. It's the same thing with the FAA. They tell you all sorts of bad ish about the FAA and also mythological monster bull crap. Yeah, 922R is the mythological boogeyman of the ATF. Nobody cares about that. I don't think the only time you'll run into a 922R, from my understanding, I haven't done any research on this, but just from talking to people that seem to know stuff, is that uh, if you got an illegal fill in the blank suppressor, this that you've been busted by the ATF, 922R is an add-on charge. If the only thing you've ever done bad in your life is not comply with 922R, whoop. Okay, I am going to drop right now because Crumpy just said, want to cover a motion filed in the CRS case. I am out of here, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to Goon Tape for swag, t-shirt, etc. Thank you for Anderson for supporting our project. Kyle has been cool AF. Really, in Kyle and Anderson have cool stuff coming in the future. I've put a little bug in Kyle's ear about a cool project. I'm gonna drop out of here. You guys take care.